The importance of footwork in boxing cannot be overstated. With it, you can enter into perfect position to deliver damage to your opponent, as well as taking them out of position to strike, and getting yourself to safety also. Dazzling spectators and stealing rounds in the eyes of the judges, how boxers yearn for impeccable conditioning of the legs to carry them to victory, and to protect their minds, which hold the very essence of what it takes to be proficient at the sweet science, as well as combat in general.
Not one or two punches at a time. He's throwing his punches in combinations when he gets in the range that he wants to be.
Disruptions, keep trying to close the distance and make them
out of position. He could throw for anything. Nice way to get out of angle.
As the referee, you got to protect yourself at all times. And he just ducked underneath that left hook.
Here are some of my favorite footwork drills that we currently implement at the JTO Boxing gym. Shadowboxing is without a doubt one of the best footwork drills there is. That is, if you know how to use your feet in doing so. Your shadowboxing will only ever be as good as your imagination is. Replicating real scenarios, envisioning an opponent in front of you is the key to shadowboxing. If you have desires to be a fighter or to get proficient at boxing, you need to be shadowboxing all the time, at the gym and out of the gym. Let's explore some other footwork drills that can be applied to your shadowboxing to improve your overall craft, as well as get you real results in the boxing ring. But before that, if you have questions about your stance, you need to check out my How to Box Part 1 video and get back here to level up. At the gym, we call this drill ring-O's. It's where you circle the perimeter of the ring in your boxing stance, and when the signal or a whistle is given, you rapidly switch directions. When the whistle is blown twice, you throw a 4-punch combination. It's up to you and your creativity which punches are thrown. Rocky Marciano said it best when it comes to footwork and the importance of conditioning of the legs. He said, "A boxer's calves have to last as long as the bout does. If you've ever stood in a ring, you know how it feels beneath your feet. The average ring is well padded and somewhat soft to the touch. Feet sink in on this kind of surface. You could almost compare it to a runner sprinting on a mud track instead of a hard cinder one. Padding like this will soon tire any individual with weak calf muscles and leave him an easy prey to an advancing opponent." The following drill is a variation on the ring-O's, this time passing a rubber ball back and forth as you switch directions when the signal is given. This is great for the conditioning of the legs, but also your hand-eye coordination, making sure you're paying attention and you can move your feet seamlessly while thinking about another task. Next, we'll move to the agility ladder for what we like to call the shuffle 1. It's just a lateral shuffle, moving both feet into the ladder and back out on the other side, making sure you make contact to the right of the ladder, inside of the ladder, and to the left of the ladder with both feet. This one we call shuffle 2, where you're coming forward and backward with it. These are designed to increase muscle endurance in the legs, general conditioning, and accuracy of the feet. Let's go. The majority of these are to increase your rhythm and your balance, as well as your conditioning of the legs. So many people are teaching so many fancy footwork drills that aren't very practical. Next, we'll move into some more practical boxing footwork drills. On the agility ladder, we're going to be throwing the jab in all 4 directions. It's my belief that being able to deliver equal power in every direction is the sign of truly developed footwork. When it comes to going backwards, you can take the step with your rear foot first, or your lead foot first, and you should be able to deliver equal power on both variations. This is done by repetition. If you're not taught this, you won't be able to do this. Now we're going to be throwing the 1-2 in all 4 directions. You should be able to get equal pop on your punches every which way. Now we're throwing the 1-2 coming forward, and when we bring the right hand back to our face, we're using the momentum to step off the line, getting our right foot outside of the ladder and our left foot inside of it. This is a great drill for practicing clearing your head from punches. You can have your coach or a partner stand in front of you and throw punches at your head as you're doing it. We will add another jab to the drill once we clear our head off the line to make our opponent miss, as well as make them pay.
I hit you while you're doing it. There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go.
Next, we'll work on something called the pendulum step, popularized by Dmitry Bivol. This is him in an amateur fight, and he is using it constantly. The pendulum step, the boxer's bounce, or as we call it in the gym, in and outs. When you're doing this, you have to be careful that both your feet don't touch the ground at the same time.
Eyes on your opponent.
You want, when you're going forward, you want your front foot to land first, followed by your second one. And when you're coming out, you want your back foot to land first. And you're going to want to try to maintain an equal distance between your feet. The next variation will add the jab. Once we're in the ladder, the jab will land at the same time the front foot lands. Following that, we'll apply the same principle, but this time throwing the 2 and the 3. The 3 will be putting us in range, and the 2 will be taking us out of range. When the hook is landed, the front foot enters the ladder. When the right hand is landed, that brings the feet out of the ladder. Then a great exercise to strengthen the back leg is to stand on the back foot, raising the front leg and moving up the ladder in all 4 directions so the muscles around the leg are conditioned to do so. Fighting on the back leg has so many benefits. One of the biggest ones is it keeps your head further away from your opponent's punches. Then we'll drill something called the L step, which is displayed here by fantastic Cuban prospect Andy Cruz. The L step is so common in all of combat sports. You could throw punches off of it as well, and you can use it to do complete 90-degree turns. But this is a nice drill just to work on it, and then we'll add punches afterwards as variations to it. As you can see, you start with your lead foot in the first square of the ladder, then bringing the lead foot out of the square and turning it to push yourself, moving to the right. Then you get back in your stance by putting your front foot back in the square. Then as your feet land in the square, you initiate the jab.
There you go, Mason. There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. Let's go.
Now we'll add
Come on,
throwing
Mando,
the
where you at?
straight right hand onto the drill.
Come on.
We will then drill one of my favorite techniques, the check step, which will help put together your check hook perfectly displayed in this knockout of Ricky Hatton by Floyd Mayweather Jr. As you can see, you're turning your hip and lifting your shoulder just in case the right hand comes. You can do this as a defensive move, or you can put punches into it, which we'll soon see. You're taking a pre-step with your lead foot, rotating it so that it's pointing the same direction as your back foot. And then as you pull your front toe towards your opponent again, twisting your hips back, you're sliding your back foot over, using the momentum to work for you once again. Now, instead of just making it a step, we're turning the full 90 degrees off of it, just as Floyd did when he threw it against Ricky Hatton.
Accurate feet. Remember, keep your elbow high enough to where it protects your face. Thumb up when you hook more. There you go. Turn your punches over. Get it up higher. Yep, that's it. Train for somebody as tall as you. Man's already doing 360. There you go, Mad Dog. Make sure you got that big shoulder. All right. Set. Bam! There you go. There you go. There you go. That's it, Mad Dog. Breathe. Exhale, Mad Dog. No gaps on your two, Ev. Yep. Fire it right down the pipe. That's it. Come on. Two lax.
Next, these are called roll unders. Pretty self-explanatory. If you want to have a partner stand in front of you and throw the 1 and the 4, or the 1 and the 2, or the 2 and the 3 over your head as you roll underneath of them, just to make sure that your head is clearing any danger. You're advancing and then coming over. Getting in deep on your opponent, taking a step, bringing your back foot in the ladder, and then stepping over, bringing your back foot out of the ladder and your front foot back in it.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Come on with it.
Next, we'll move up the ladder as we slip the jab, use the momentum of coming back up to pivot around, slipping the 2, and pivoting back to start the sequence over again.
That's it, clean.
Letting the momentum work for you. Efficiency in all your movements, conserving as much energy as possible. Now we're adding the straight right hand to the drill, which is very important because it's keeping us on balance and make sure we're set after the punch.
2,
For no wasted movements
2.
and keeping completely on balance and be in a position to punch at all
2.
times through the motion.
2, step forward. 2, 2, step forward. Make sure your head's clear, Mad Dog. There you go. Degrees, whack.
Another good drill, very simple for beginners, is putting them in their stance and just have them do laps, going forward, backward, left, and right in their stance, making sure they maintain weight on the back foot, depending on if that's how you teach fighters or not. You want to be able to be light on your feet and move around the ring gracefully and be comfortable doing so for the whole fight. Another drill we call the jab step is where you take a double step, then you take your right foot and step off to the right, in theory helping you to slip the jab, then bringing your foot back to base and stepping back with your back foot, in theory pulling the hook. This is great for building up stability in both your legs, your front leg and your back leg. Here's an example of doing the jab step with a partner to make sure your head's actually clearing the punches. This is one of the greatest counter punches you can learn as a beginner that really implements footwork into your craft. All you're doing is slipping the jab, but stepping your back foot off to the right, just like we did in the last drill, which is going to shut the lane down for your opponent's straight right hand. So you're going to beat them to the punch. You're just slipping their jab, stepping off to the right, and throwing a straight right hand. Drilling it over and over again so you can use it in sparring and then hopefully in a fight. Another drill that's in the same vein as the last one, using footwork to move your head off the line, is this drill we just call Cuba, which is where you throw the one, bring your foot off the line, slipping the one, coming back with the two, coming off the line with your lead foot, coming back with the hook, and then slipping and going to the body 2 times. Now, the speed bag is an incredible tool to help build your rhythm and focus for boxing, but doing it on your toes like you're jumping rope, now that can elevate your footwork to a new game and link your hands and feet together, taking the development of your rhythm to another level. Doing this for rounds and rounds at a time is going to build your conditioning in many ways. Speaking of jump rope, skipping rope is the classic footwork development drill. You should do this so often that this is fun and becomes a warm-up or a cool-down exercise. And the double M bag as well, when used properly, can be so good for your footwork, moving around a moving target, keeping your head off line as well, integrating your punches into your steps, hiding your steps behind your punches to create new angles. This is what building your footwork is all about. all these drills, if you implement them into your game, I can guarantee that they will make you a better fighter. They will make you understand your craft much more. Don't take my word for it. Do it and let me know. The final footwork drill we're going to be covering today we call ring pursuits. It's where two people enter the ring, one man on offense, one man on defense. The man on defense is trying to keep the one on offense from touching his rear shoulder. So hiding the back shoulder from the guy, using your footwork, your blocks, and your head movement. It's very beneficial for your footwork, just like shadowboxing, except you don't need all the imagination because there's a live body in front of you trying to get after you. So there's no guesswork involved. It's not up to you, the situation, coming up with it in your own head, but there's no consequence of getting hit in the face because of it. So you can do it over and over again to develop strategies for cutting the ring off, for getting out of trouble, from staying off the ropes, for dominating the center of the ring. This is super beneficial to your game and builds your conditioning in the ring. Also, you got to do your road work. All the greats of the past did it. You are not exempt either. Do your road work. Add these drills to your repertoire to take your footwork to the next level. If you stuck around this far, I want to say I really appreciate you for the support. Also, I appreciate you for the fact that you take your craft seriously, looking for ways to improve. We're a very small channel looking to grow, and your support means the world to us. If there's something you saw here that you liked, please leave a comment. Tell me which of these is your favorite. Tell me which of these you don't like. Let me know. Anything you can do to add to the channel, we really appreciate it. There's not many of us here yet, but there will be, so get involved. Please like, subscribe, and share, and follow JTO Boxing for more. God bless you.